Yo, it's Bert Lepore here from Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes. And a little special here because we got a big show coming up this weekend. We're here with Seems Like Tuesday. How you guys doing?
Well,
Good.
Thank you for having us. We're excited.
Cool, man. So you guys had a pretty awesome week. You're almost at 2,000 within a week that the song Looking for a Heartbreak is up, and pretty damn good stuff. I had the pleasure of actually working on some of the video stuff, doing some of the video editing, which I enjoyed a lot. And yeah, it's
fantastic
good stuff.
job there, by the way.
Thanks, buddy.
Totally appreciate it.
So, I'm glad to have you guys on. We have a big show with you guys this Saturday for the As We Become Ghost record release party at the Union Fire Hall. Is it Fire Union? Union Fire? I forget.
Firehouse.
There you go.
Union
The
Firehouse.
Union Firehouse. I know it's in Mount Holly. I don't drive. Somebody else drives me there, so I don't know the directions. But it's in Mount Holly. It's in Mount Holly, and it's gonna be fucking packed. So get there. Bring extra money. We got lots of merchandise, all of us. So buy some stuff. Okay, so yeah. So you guys got a new EP coming out probably in a couple months. These are just briefly getting out of the studio, going through the mixing process, but you did finish Looking for a Heartbreak. So I'm going to start with Steve. How many songs are you guys doing on the record or on the EP?
Four songs.
And what are they?
Beautiful Day for a Broken Heart, Lies and Alibis, September Skies, and then obviously Looking for a Heartbreak.
Okay. And you guys worked with Tony Mecca, produced the record?
Yes.
Yeah, Tony's doing great.
Yeah, Tony's great, man.
He's a fantastic job.
Did anybody hear the song that he put up today from back in the day? Unbelievable.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, man.
Dude, so proggy. I was loving it. I'm like, where are you putting this stuff at? Where you been hiding this side of Tony at? You know?
I was like, where's all this heavy stuff coming from?
I'm like, shit. Yeah, man. So you guys are working with him. Zach, I don't know how to say, is it Grapponi? Is it how you say Zach's last name?
Yeah.
Zach
Yeah.
engineered him.
Mike Parisi also.
There you go.
And
Mike Parisi. And what's Jim's last name?
Jim Salomon.
He's the one who mixed it, right?
He's the one that mixed it. Yeah.
Beautiful
Yeah,
job.
he did a great job too. Sure.
The mixing is
Fantastic
unbelievable.
mix. Yep.
The mix is unbelievable, man. Really good. Like the backing vocals are right where they should be. All the music, you can hear everything, but nothing's overpowering. Nothing. The fucking sax solo is badass. I gotta say that. I
Yeah.
love the sax solo.
Alex Patagrassi, by the way.
There you go.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll
Alex. Hey.
Al just came in and like killed it and walked out, so
Came in like a fucking Goomba. Came in and out. Right.
Yeah.
Now, does he play in the business also?
Yeah, he's the saxophone player in the business.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
But he's gonna make all our big gigs. So if we
Nice.
have like a showcase or we're playing the bigger club, like this Saturday he's coming. So we'll showcase him when he, decides to come and do the bigger shows with us. If not, you'll be hearing Pete implicate part of that
Hey,
saxophone.
that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. So, Pete, this is your first time back in the studio in a while, right? I know you did some stuff on your own. You got some solo stuff that you have floating out there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I do stuff on my own over the years for sure. So, I mean, I got my own presence out there before I met these guys. But the last time I was in a recording project for a band, other than a couple other minor projects, has been maybe 20 years.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I've seen you play stuff here and there, and then I know you had your own thing, and I didn't know you had that much till I seen your Spotify link and I checked it out, and I'm like, oh shit, Pete's got a bunch of stuff up. So
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just what I have there, and I've got, I got a bunch of stuff.
Right,
Stuff, like anybody, like Billy Zioli's got stuff too. Like,
Oh yeah, I know. I peeked at
He's
some of
got
his
a pile
stuff.
of stuff,
You guys got that EP coming out, and like anybody that writes, as you're recording this EP, you're starting to write for the next one, even though it's months down the road, a year down the road, whatever the deal is. And I gotta say, the one tune you sing live, I like a lot. I'm hoping it makes the next one.
On the Move.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
one.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Thanks. I think that's probably in the plan somewhere down the road.
Yeah.
It's a good song. We're I'm really excited about some of the stuff that we're putting together as a band. It's
Well,
It's wonderful.
the
Right.
good thing, me being like a Kiss fan and stuff like that, that's, or you could say Beatles or whatever, is all sing somewhat. Even the guy who don't really sing can sing a little bit. So that'd be you, Chips. that'd be you. That'd be
Mother
that'd be
son of
you,
a-
Chip. So
Trying to
even
get 'em
Chip, is known to do a song or two here and there. So that's cool. So everybody can kind of sing, but it's a great dynamic. You got E-Girl comes from a total different background. Steve, another Gamp guy, he could actually plays drums, but he can sing. He could definitely sing. He can hold the tune.
He pulls it out every once in a while. He'll be like,
Yeah, he
and
pulls
then we're
it
like,
out.
why aren't you doing that? And he's like, it's your job.
Al, how am I going to do that? I'm playing the drums. I'm hitting hard. I got 3 breaths. Give me a break. I got 3 breaths. I get to it if I can get to it.
Let me clarify.
Uh-oh.
If you have the background vocal mic on the drummer and
Right.
you are working with a new sound man or somebody who doesn't know your tunes, and he doesn't know when to turn you on and turn you off, all them drums are bleeding into that background
Yeah.
mic.
A lot of noise.
Also, they're bleeding into the background vocals in front of me and the lead singer in front of me.
Yeah.
So you're basically getting a cymbal wash.
Yeah,
And that's why I try not to sing unless I'm doing the lead,
right.
because I don't want my cymbals blasting through everybody else's microphones.
That makes sense.
I'm
But
such a courteous guy.
yeah, I think you got to tough it out. I think you got to tough it out.
I'm
Just
just
sing
being
anyway.
polite.
That really
just
ain't gonna,
being
that
polite.
excuse really ain't gonna work.
Okay, Rocky. Mm.
Yeah, yes, Steve. It sounds great, but we don't really care. We'd rather have you just sing.
Yeah, well, I'll bust it out. I think I might.
Well, you do.
I
I've
might-
seen you do when you were doing the cover band for a little bit. I seen you do. I think Fire. Was it Fire from Jimi Hendrix? One of those Jimi Hendrix tunes.
No,
you
I did a
Foxy
Foxy
Lady.
Lady.
Foxy Lady was fucking great. But like I was saying before I get to Bill, like what I was saying is that it's cool that you have the diversity. Because listen, I don't care, and we talk about this all the time. I don't care how good you are. After 3 or 4 songs of the same person, especially if it's a newer band, it's not a big known band or a stadium band or whatever, it starts blending into each other unless you change your voice up a lot. So it's nice to have that, Erica hits you with 2 or 3, and then out of the clear blue, like Pete hits you, and you're like, what the fuck is this? It's totally different. Billy hits you with his stuff. You know what I mean? And so it's like it bounces good. So you never have time to get used to anything too much, which is good.
Well, I think that's when I was envisioning this whole thing. That's what I wanted to do. We definitely wanted to, make Erica the forefront, and the front person, but we also wanted that kind of Grace Slick, Mickey Thomas, Jefferson Airplane back and forth
Sure.
sort of thing. And then, obviously we got Billy, he was a good songwriter. He fit
Mhm.
that mold. And then, we bring in Pete out of nowhere, like 6 songs into the set. Boom, Pete comes out. You're like, where did that come from? Then they all start singing together in different verses and chord.
Yeah.
So we're hitting you with the kitchen sink vocally between the harmonies and the key changes and all that
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
Besides what's going on musically, we're trying to come at you and hit you with left hands, hooks, over the top,
Oh, yeah.
kicks,
It's
the
there.
whole thing.
It's definitely there. So, which leads me to Billy Zioli. What's up, Bill?
What's up? What's
How
up,
much,
Bert? How you doing?
dude? Let me tell you, they're looking for a heartbreak song. I didn't know that Erica didn't write them lyrics. I was like, I told her, I was like, dude, you hit it on the head. She's like, Billy wrote the lyrics. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I said, he wrote like the best song for you to sing. Like, this is like, it worked. It really worked.
My inner female.
Yeah. Hey, it worked, man. It worked.
He's been married a long time, man. He figures it all out by now.
But yeah, Bill, same thing. You're another guy, singer, songwriter. You could play guitar. And I guess Billy kind of brings that element that everybody that I know that I listen to hear the song goes, it's really a good song. It's got a nice little retro vibe to it, which is a lot probably got to do with Erica's voice, I'm going to say. And these guys, the song's not in a rush. It's kind of it's very smooth. It's very, it reminds you, like I said, Heart, Fleetwood Mac, like that kind of thing. It's very smooth, but it has that crossover little bit of country in there that's so fucking huge right now with that crossover. And that's probably coming from Billy's end. So it's there. It's there. It's not overpowering where you're like, hey, this is a shit kicker. It's there enough,
Yeah.
that it works, where it could float both ways,
Yeah, I'm getting that a lot. It sounds like it could be on country radio, or it could be on rock radio.
That's the perfect
One of-
spot to be.
Type songs.
Yeah. That's the perfect
Yeah.
spot to be, Bill, because the country
Yeah.
shit is really pop music if you break it down. It crossed
Absolutely.
over to more of a pop sound. But that's that's huge right now. That's crazy money right now that they're making with that stuff. So you guys are right in that ballpark, These
Cool.
aren't too heavy, these aren't too light. You could be 12 years old and listen to it, or you could be 16, you still be able to listen to
Right.
it. There's not a
Right.
box. You're not in a
Mhm.
box. With some of the other stuff that we all do, it's like, all right, unless you're into that sound from when you grew up to it, would fucking 70-year-olds listen to this? And the kids don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So at least these guys aren't in that box kind of deal, where it's just like you could float, you could float on it. Chipper, what's happening, buddy? Can you hear me?
I'm just sitting here relaxing, listening to everybody talk about a song.
Yeah.
There he is.
So Chip, what's your favorite tune on the record?
Well, I actually like what I get to do in "Beautiful Day for a Broken Heart." I think it's got a little bit of Motown R&B kind of a feel to it, and we started working on the tune. It's a tune that Pete McGregor wrote, and Steve looks over at me and says, "You got to kind of like throw a couple of riffs in there." It's just, I was hearing the same thing, but I was afraid it might be a bit much.
Right.
But when you hear what we did with it, you'll understand it. It feels like a Motown tune to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why it works. It definitely works. And like even online, I see a bunch of people complimenting about the bass line's great. It's smooth. The song's a smooth song. Like I said, when I mean anybody can listen to it, that's a huge compliment because it's digestible. You know what I mean? It's pleasant to the ear kind of deal.
I think the thing we're trying to do here is every single song has its own identity.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be, this is who we are. We're trying to say, well, this song has a feel to it. That song has a completely different vibe. It's like each song is going to be a completely different identity.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that's the way to go. Listen, especially with all the stuff that's out there now, and I try and keep my focus on the same thing with my stuff, is that if it's good, it's good. Who cares what it is? What box are we putting in? Nobody's, we're not on MTV and them days are gone. So it's like you do it for yourself. And I like to test myself. I never wrote a song like that. Let me try it. It works. It don't. It don't. So, I totally understand that each song is its own little story, its own little identity thing,
I think also too, Al, with that situation, everybody's a songwriter pretty much, and or has very strong ideas. So Pete comes in with his thing, and we'll put our stuff to it.
Sure.
Billy will come in with his thing, and we put our stuff to it. So we let everybody be who they are.
Right.
So Erica comes in, she sings the way she sings, or she's like an R&B singer in front of a rock band. We don't tell her to go out there and be like, and hit metal notes.
Listen,
like,
Rob Halford it a little bit.
Yeah, we're letting her be who she is, and we're letting her be the guitar player that he is. So it's everybody's just in their comfort zone, and it just kind of just blends in, and it's not like forced.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you need to play heavier there. If that's what Pete comes in with, we write the song around that riff.
Yeah.
We don't try to go, okay, it's not heavy enough. It's too heavy. We don't worry about that kind of shit. We just play.
No.
And everybody could just be free,
Yeah.
like, because Billy could go play acoustic and sing all night long. Same thing with Pete, same thing with Erica. You've seen her, so we can all do that stuff. It's about the collective, the way we do it together, which makes it special. But I think you can hear everybody. If you know Pete's guitar playing, you hear it. And if you know Tony's things that he does to songs, producer aspect, you can hear that. I have Steve things, as you call them,
Steve,
I put in songs.
Steveism.
Yeah, that's a Steve part, so we let each other be who we are.
Yeah.
And nobody treads on anybody.
Yeah.
And there's no rule. That's one, no rules. If it's good, it's good.
Well, I know from playing with you before, you're like, I don't give a fuck as long as it's good and we execute it. That's your bottom line. I know that. I know, from playing with you before. I know that.
Yeah.
That's
It's never about the drums to me.
Yeah, it's about the song.
It's not.
I'll tell you what, man.
Sound good.
And I break her stones all the time, but E-Girl coming to the dark side, doing the original music again. I love it. I bother her all the time about it. Listen, it feels great when you get that first click that somebody likes and you're like, wow, somebody's actually listening to it. It don't pay as good as the other thing, but it feels a lot better.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, I
So,
mean, it's definitely out of my comfort zone.
yeah, that's good though.
But
Yeah.
that's become your comfort zone.
Well,
whether you
yeah,
realize it or
yeah,
not,
true.
You know,
I would say the same thing as Erica just said. There's times I'm out of my comfort zone for this band because there's different things required.
Sure.
And you know, I'm you know, kind of I like tons of music. I listen to so much like funk stuff right now and brass rock. It's kind of crazy, but like you know, I really come from a hard rock guitar playing thing, and then Billy's got this stuff that, like you said, it's kind of country. You can sense the country in it. But so I got to work with that. But then this allows me to kind of put a little my own flavor to it.
Absolutely.
So like you know, like a couple songs that you haven't heard yet that Billy brought to the band are they're still his work, but when we do it, it's different.
Sure.
And it's because of, you know, it's because of what Chip's doing, what Steve's doing, and just,
Yeah.
you know, maybe a little rock guitar mixed in with what Billy's bringing with it, the style and the chords that he puts together.
Yeah, the mix of personality, the recipe for all the personalities in. Yeah, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. You know, if you come up with something good like that, and like I said, these guys got everybody writes, which is strong. I mean, I played with Chip before I played with Steve before. I know they both write, you know, well. So yeah, so it's going to be good stuff. So how many songs? You said 4 songs are going to be in the EP? 4. And what are you looking at? Maybe March-ish, April, maybe?
well,
To release?
I would say probably the beginning of the summer, maybe.
yeah, I mean, you know, of course, I'd love to say next week,
Sure.
but who gets sick? Who's got this? Who's got that? You know, I mean, it goes on and on. I mean, we're getting married, so that's gonna put a little, you know, a week or 2 out of the mix there. But I would say by the summertime. But it's time you're wearing shorts, we should have it out.
Okay.
You know,
That's good.
Yeah.
And you're playing your first, I mean, he's played before once or twice, but your first really major club gig this Saturday.
Yeah.
yes, yeah, we
So-
played the Yosef Philly Festival. What was that? It was the
The
Marine.
Marines party.
Yeah, you did play
For
that.
birthday.
Yeah.
Marine birthday party.
That was
Yeah.
a crazy packed gig. You know.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I mean, you know, and then we're playing Saturday as our first, like, you know, say
Club.
rock club
Yeah.
gig, you know. So we're playing with you guys, which is great because you're like our brothers. And then as we become Ghost, I mean, I know Mickey, we all do for like
Yeah.
30 years or whatever. So it's like a very, you know, everybody's rooting for each other.
Yeah.
We're being bullshit that night. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
you
And
know.
they really worked their ass off to sell the show. So I think it's going to be a good turnout.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
think it's
besides all
really-
the obstacles, man. You know, you had
Couple
the Heaven's Edge
obstacles.
obstacle.
Yeah,
Now you got the
Wow.
Eagles.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's okay because we sold tickets and we're gonna still do great, you know.
yeah, a lot of tickets still got sold, so we should all be okay.
I told
There'll
everybody
be a bunch of people that can't see us because they're going to that show, and they'll have to come out next time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all. Everybody winds up eventually catching everybody, so that's cool.
my buddy comes out to me at work today and he goes, "Yo, dude, you know, I bought 2 tickets this weekend." So I'm like, "Well, thanks for the support, man." You know, he's like really he plays a song all day, you know. He's like, he's like, "But you know, you're killing me. The Eagles are playing." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Well, they're gonna have TVs. If not, just stream it, you know." And
yeah.
I just want to let you know, I love you that much that I'm coming to the gig anyway. You know, I was like, that's great. You know what I mean?
I would have been, yeah. Thanks for the $30. I would have told them. No,
Yeah.
you wanna do it.
I mean, you have a lot of people looking at their phone, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so you guys got the record coming out hopefully by the summer. Your first club date is going to be this week. And, you know, I'm sure you guys are thinking the same way we kind of think that you're not going to play 1,000 gigs. You're going to play the ones that count or a couple times a year, probably, even though it's a working thing yearly long. It's pick and choose. You're at the point where you want to pick and choose also, I'm sure. Yeah, so you guys got more songs though. I know you got the 4 that you're doing. You got like another, I don't know, like another 6 or 7 floating around, these guys said, right? I know you were working on some tunes. You're gonna
Like
play
11
at least 11
Yeah.
songs at the gig. Yep.
Yeah. We're playing 11 that night.
Yeah.
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 A little surprise at the end. kind of like a little kind of a, I don't want to tell you what it is, but it's going to be cool. But yeah, originally we got, I think it's like 10 or 11, something like that. But we have so many more. I mean, Billy's got 4 in the bag right now. Pete's got
Right.
a lot of various stuff. We ain't going to lack material. We lack
That's
time to do the material.
Sure.
That's what the problem
happens.
is.
That's
We all have
exactly what happens.
lives. You can practice like once a week or whatever, and you get together and you try to bang it all out in 2 hours.
Yeah.
If we just did this full time, we would have a library of songs, but we can't. You
Yeah.
just can't.
Sure. No, I totally get it. All right, guys. So before we wrap up here, we're going to be at the Union Firehouse in Mount Holly, January
That's right.
31st. Get there 7 o'clock. Get there early. Stay till the finish.
Get
It
your
won't-
raffle.
Yeah, get your raffle. It won't finish late either. There's only 3 bands. That's all it's playing is 3 bands. You're not going to be getting home till 1 o'clock. It's going to be, we start at 8. Last band's probably going to get over by 11 is my guess. 11:30 is maybe. So get there early. Stay there till the end. And yeah, anybody want to say anything on the way out, Pete?
Oh, I'm just happy to be with this group of guys, and I'm looking forward to the gig. Looking forward to see Monte Carlo and rock and rolling.
Cool. Billy, want to add
Thanks.
anything?
Can't wait for Saturday night. Can't wait to see you guys. And
Can't wait to see the Eagles. I'm sure that's that's more in the back of your head than anything.
Polar was in my high school band. One of my first bands I was ever in, Steve, in As We Become Ghosts. So
Oh, awesome. Very cool.
yeah.
So we all go pretty much way back with somebody in that band. At least one of us does it each time. That's pretty cool.
I used to play in a cover band with Mickey. He was the singer. I was the bass player.
Oh, wow.
We played like a 90s hard rock cover band.
That's pretty wild. Oh, so it's crazy how everybody knows everybody. It's so
Yeah.
crazy, you know. Chipper Do. Would you like anything? Would you like to say anything on the way out there, buddy?
Yeah, man. Looking forward to this Saturday night. And if you really like this song, just wait till you hear the next one.
There you go. I think I know what the next one is too. I think that's probably my favorite one. The next one, actually.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Would you like to say anything?
I mean, I'm excited to just get out there and play our own music. And now looking for a Heartbreak recorded and listening to it over 1,000 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we practiced the other night and we played it for the first
Felt
time
real.
since its release, I was like, I had this feeling come over me. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited to, really play, especially that tune in front of all of our friends and family. So
It's funny because me and my wife hang out a lot with Steve and Erica. We're always together going out to eat or something, you know. I'm the only one gaining the weight, but that's besides the point that we all go. I'm the only one gaining the weight. They're all fucking fine. But besides that, we're trying to fatten Steve up a little bit. So
Hey, I eat, man. I just don't know where it goes.
Steve's gonna get an ahead. We gotta give you one of those. But yeah, so we talk all the time and we're laughing because the Monte Carlo stuff is doing well, and we're looking at the numbers. I'm like, Steve, it's fucked up, ain't it? I was like, once you hit a number, you're like, now you're like obsessed with like, oh, is it gonna go up? Is it gonna go up? And it becomes a weird habit. Like I said, we released a video 2 months ago, and then instead of waiting like we should have, we released another video like 2 weeks after. And we got decent hits on it, but we were like, hey, how come it's not hitting like the other one was? Because it was too soon, of course.
Spoiled.
Yeah. So we
I
got
went to sleep
spoiled.
one night. I went to sleep one night, like around 12 or 1, whatever time. So I check it before I go to sleep. So I wake up at 6 o'clock. I'm eating my waffle, getting ready to go to work. I click on, right? She makes me waffles in the morning. So I get up.
that's not all I make you. Don't make it sound like you're starving.
Look like a married couple. There it goes.
A nice parfait, a cup of coffee. I
She
package
does.
lunch.
A little yogurt with the
Yeah.
nuts.
I'm lucky.
So-
mine kicks me in the head to get me up in the morning. At least
Yeah, I know.
get a
I'm
waffle.
very
I
lucky.
get waffled.
I always say I'm lucky.
I'm
So
the cook.
anyway, I look at the hits, and I'm like, wow, we got like 40 hits
Crazy,
between the
right?
time we went to
Wait,
sleep
what's
and now. And I know it was none of us. We all have working
Yeah.
the next day. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
this was the West Coast thing. I don't know,
Yeah.
but like, so
It's
kinda
cool though,
Yeah,
man.
you kind of peek at it all day long now, and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
30 people in the last half hour. So it's kind of cool, man. And just to get something out there. I mean, it's been a long time since I did originals. I mean, I've been playing covers now. Well, we did the Society RX thing together which before that though.
And that was short. Yeah, that was really short. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a short little thing, and then COVID killed it. But I mean, it's been a long time since I really pushed something,
Yeah.
and we didn't have time to push our thing. It was here and gone. But it just feels good to have something everybody's responding to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's great. And all three bands that are playing Saturday night, we all fit together, but we are all slightly different. So I think it's a great mix. I really do. It's got a little something. Nothing's too one way, nothing's too the other way. It blends pretty well, but everybody's slightly different than each, each thing. So
well, I think if
I'm
you
looking forward
like
to it.
music, you're gonna see three bands that want to bring it to you, are executing their craft, whether it be a little bit heavier, a little bit lighter, it doesn't matter. We're executing, and we fine tune. Every one of our bands is kind of polished in that avenue. We want to be right in tune, right? I mean, all of us are like that. You are Damien, Joe Mal, are like, oh, I obsess over like one note, I know Mickey's a perfectionist. So
Yeah.
we're all coming to do really well. And we're all coming to put on a show. And I think that we're all in it for the same thing. We all want to be good. And we want to play our music for people, and hopefully the masses respect it. That's the key. Respect it.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We really do. I mean,
That's the way I feel.
I mean, we've been through it, all of us.
Yeah, sure.
It ain't an easy scene either,
No, it's rough. It's rough. So like I
Yeah.
said, when you do get them couple hits, it's so much appreciated by all of us that do this stuff, is that even the podcast stuff, and the podcast, you could get 20 hits a week or you could get 1,000, and you never know. And I can't even figure out how or why or how it even works. But when you do get hits, you go, wow, somebody's watching it. It's fucking crazy. But hey, it's cool. Whatever, Same thing with the music. You start getting some likes, you're like, wow. Because we would have never played live if we weren't getting them hits that we got. We had no intention of playing anything live. And then once we got some hits, we're like, yeah, we got some hits. And we're like, what the fuck's going on? I didn't want to deal with the whole band live thing again. It's a pain in the balls. You know what I mean? But we love it. It's the curse. So Erica, welcome to the curse of the writing
Yes.
your own stuff and all that.
I'm officially there.
It sounds like a lot of fun, but it's tough.
She's used to playing the casinos, right? You walk in, there's 1,000 people there, built-in
Yeah.
crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You play a familiar song, you're a verse into it, and you already sold them on it.
Yeah.
With originals, you're 3 songs in before they're even paying attention.
Yeah. Yep.
Difference.
Yeah.
You gotta work harder.
Absolutely. So, guys, thank you for coming on to give us a little thing here for a little promotion for Saturday's gig. We're gonna have As We Become Ghosts, and I think even my band's gonna pop on for a minute or two just to invite everybody out for Saturday night. Have a good time. Come up and say hi to all of us, of course. Buy, if you could afford to buy a T-shirt, a CD, whatever. It's all easy to come up to us and talk to us. So we hope you guys have a good time, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you guys in the club itself. And we'll hang out, we'll have a good time. So seems like Tuesday. They'll see you Saturday night. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Bert.